everybody. It's your girl, Sherry. Welcome back to another episode of Alleged Actually podcast. I am joined tonight by my Bravo Bestie, Joey. How's it going, Joey?
Oh, it's going. We're back to frigid temperatures up in New England, and winter has returned. So last week 80s, this week 40s. So, it is what it is.
Oh, no. Today it got up to North Carolina 74. It started off at like 50 something this morning, 58.
That's like our high if we're lucky.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. But I'm hoping that we get some consistent warm weather. We had a couple of cool days earlier in the week, so or latter part of Monday and Tuesday was a little cooler. Yeah, so it's supposed to be 80 something tomorrow. So,
oh.
All right, well, guys. First, let me get the admin stuff out of the way. If you're new here, welcome. Over here, we do reality TV recaps, and on occasion, we get into some pop culture segments. We primarily focus on the shows on Bravo. So if you are a Bravo lover, you are in the right place. So do yourself a favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Share with a friend. Make sure, because there are so many shows and so many different nights to watch, that you hit that notification bell. Because we just can't cover them all in one night. And sometimes we have to shift around a little bit. So we want you to not miss out when we have these good episodes talking about the shows we love. And if you would, please take the time to give this video a thumbs up. It helps us get pushed out in the algorithm so that others can find us out here on this YouTube streets. So yes, please and thank you. So y'all, tonight we're going to talk about Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Those are the it girls right now. Still loving the season. How about you, Joey?
Loving. I'm telling you right now, and I know that it's like reciprocated on my social media. Those girls from Salt Lake City better watch their backs, because I'm telling you right now, a few of them, Heather Gay, have gotten like a little too big for like their britches, and these Rhode Island girls, man, they're coming for like your crown.
They are.
And my thing is, I feel like it's like they're doing it like flawlessly. They're not like even like trying. I feel like they're just like being them, and it seems like super authentic and like crazy interesting to watch.
It's so interesting. Their stories are so interconnected, and they all have these amazing like backstories and skeletons in their closet, and it's so cool. And to your point, Joey, I finally did watch the episode when they were on Watch What Happens Live. You could tell with Andy how refreshing he was, how refreshed he was by them. He kept saying, y'all never change.
Yes.
Like this is what we want. It's so authentic. Everyone loves it. And you could tell they were honestly being themselves.
Yes.
And so it's making it wonderful to watch. And and this is sorry, we have our little ADD moments, but I had gone back over the last weekend. I had some downtime and watched some old episodes of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And it reminded me of why I love that show so much. Every scene was so interesting, whether they were sitting down with conflict, whether they were having a girls' outing, whether they had beef or whatever. I mean, the way that they interacted, it was so different. And it was funny because my husband was outside doing something. He came in and he sat down and he was like, oh, he was like, I see why you used to really like it. I was like, yeah, but it's not that now. And a lot of people are self-producing and, renting outfits so they can be, look fabulous, and renting homes and renting spaces to start restaurants and then closing as soon as they wrap up. You feel me? It just...
I got you on that one.
So it's just so disingenuous, and it's almost like you're playing in our face. So Rhode Island is giving, this is their real lifestyles. I love every bit of it. And so we're going to get into tonight. We're going to be talking about episode 4. I enjoyed the episode. Wasn't extremely exciting, but the good part about a good cast like that is it doesn't have to be,
Yes, that's the perfect way to word it.
Yeah. So episode 4 was off the heels of Liz's Studio 54 party. Where she just let Kelsey have it. she has a lot of regret. And, that speaks highly of Liz. I think I understood both of them. I did. I understood where both of them were coming from. Liz, because in the opening episode of episode 4, Dolores comes over and she is talking about her regret. And Dolores was like, well, yeah, you probably do need to apologize to Kelsey, but she tries to like give her an out by saying maybe it was a menopause moment. But Liz is like, no, honestly, I had too much to drink and I just overreacted.
Yeah, which you don't see a lot of self-reflection from your average everyday housewife.
No,
So,
you
I
don't.
mean, it was very refreshing.
It was. It was. And it showed how genuinely she must really care for Kelsey.
Yeah.
And then she explains that, the part of the reason that she got so upset was, Kelsey had her own past with Dino. And she kind of felt like she was being a hypocrite with, insinuating to her that the fact that she wanted to go down to the seawall with her husband and Dino, which I didn't think was the best idea either.
No, I thought it was so weird. It was clearly like a drunken thought. You're already upset because like there's rumors swirling that you're having an affair with this like friend of yours, and you're like, I want to go to the seawall with Dino and my husband, blah blah. And I'm like, that's weird. I thought that Joellen was the possible swinger, but anyway.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, that wouldn't have been a good look for her. So Kelsey was really looking out for her.
Yeah, she definitely was, and she didn't even let Kelsey finish her thought before she like lost her ever like loving mind.
She went off. I was like, whoa.
Off.
Yeah. So, at any rate, they talk about a little bit about the confrontation between Joellen and Rula. So she kind of sages the area that took place.
I'm telling you right now, Joellen is going to come out as an all-star housewife, in my opinion. I think that she's my favorite on like the show. I think she has all the makings of a great housewife. I mean, like, when she sat there and Rula was dead ass like, he's no longer having an affair. And Joellen just calm as can be. He is on my kids. Okay, girl, go off.
I know. I was like, wow. And you know what's so crazy? All of the ladies, the ones that are really close to Rula, like, no, boo, he really is. Nobody is like.
No, I know. And to be honest, though, I mean, like this episode, we saw like Rula. I mean, I guess with like the ladies a little bit more, but like we sat through 3 episodes, and I was like, what is this lady doing here? Mm-hmm. You came in trying to rewrite history, make your own storyline for like the show. It's like not how housewives work. You had like a luncheon where you invited like friends that aren't cast members. You haven't interacted with like any of these cast members. You were at Liz's party for like a total of like 10 minutes. I just like don't understand like what do you want on the show for? But finally this week at least we got to see her with them like a little bit,
Yeah, we got to see her interaction with them some and get to see like their connection somewhat. I agree. But at this point, so Liz is going to plan to talk to Kelsey and squash it, but yeah. But
Liz's reaction though made me almost question like, is there more to this rumor? Like, her reaction was very, very odd.
It was odd, and it seemed like guilt. I thought so too. Because I thought, what is the big deal? I mean, really, you're going that crazy. It just doesn't make any sense.
Kelsey didn't even say anything.
She really didn't. She just was kind of like, nah, it probably isn't a good idea with the, what did she say?
Ongoing.
She started to say ongoing, and she cut her, ongoing was like, God, the buzzword. Yeah, oh my God.
What? F you, what? Kelsey. You're fake. You're no friend of mine. And I'm like, she didn't even finish her thought.
She didn't even finish her thought. I was like, whoa. I mean, it was so bad. I mean, they could hear it downstairs, and then, they took it upstairs, closed the door, and you could still hear it. I was just like, oh, yeah, that was pretty bad. It was. But at this point, so they decide to meet up. Now, first of all, on that beautiful ship or boat, Gypsy, that was fire. I was like, whoa. So this is where they decide to squash it. She asked her to come help. He sold the boat because he's going to stay home now. He's done with his fishing excursions that would keep him away, 3 weeks out of 4? And
and then he would come home for a few days and then like leave for like another 3 or 4 weeks.
And then she states how it was Jerry that would actually call Dino and be like, look out for her for a few days. I'm going to be gone a long time. I mean, the whole thing is a little weird. Since we also come to find out when Liz and Kelsey have their talk that to me, Dino seems like a sketchy guy.
Kelsey, I mean, has a very different past with Dino that, I mean, like almost, dare I say, like stalking, like aggression, like showing up places that she was, making sure she wasn't talking to anybody else. Like, it doesn't seem like the same guy that Liz is talking about.
Not at all. I mean, Liz acknowledges that because Kelsey's like, this is the place that I'm coming from. I don't think he's a good guy. I have PTSD when even he's brought up. Whenever I see him, I try to go the opposite way because the backstory is she was still with the same guy that she's now with, that she lives in the fabulous home with. But supposedly at that point, they weren't exclusive. And I'm like, have y'all ever been exclusive? Because, I mean,
you're not exclusive right now.
Right, not exclusive right now. So she said in a moment of vulnerability and weakness, she decides to have this thing with Dino. And then when she decided she no longer wanted to be in it, she tried to call it off. And like Joey said, he wasn't trying to hear that. Wherever she would go, he would show up. He would not only show up, he would aggressively, kind of stalk her and make sure she wasn't talking to anybody. So, but my thing is this, Joey. I mean, this is a young girl. Where's her mama? I mean, like, why are you dealing with all these old I don't know the guy that she's with now. I've heard rumors of who he is. Wouldn't call him a sleaze or anything, but seriously, like, she is a very pretty girl, and it's like you could probably meet a nice young guy that comes from a good family and go, you know what I mean? Like, what? I wonder, like, does she have daddy issues? What is it? But listen,
I mean, she clearly has goals, and her goal is not to work. So, I mean, she's off to a great start.
She's off to a wonderful start. I mean, girlfriend. But anyway. But at that point, they talk things out. And of course, you get to see that they are really friends. They apologize, and Liz understands where Kelsey was coming from. And she apologizes for her behavior. And then Kelsey, in turn, also apologizes for, her taking it that way. And she explained her side. And they hug it out. They're friends,
They apologize to each other. I mean, we really ever see that in like the Housewives world. It was really just nice.
It was very nice. It was very refreshing, very nice. I thought wrapped up beautifully, which I didn't think they would stay. Well, Kelsey was never mad at Liz. Liz was the one that went off. So I didn't think she would stay there. Next scene, Ashley has invited some of the ladies to her favorite beach.
I could have watched a whole episode about Alicia going to the non-private beach.
I know.
Because I'll tell you right now, I think I made it very obvious. Joellen is my number one. My close number two is Alicia. She is. Television gold they struck with that one, let me tell you.
She is. And she's another one. I mean, that is really who she is, y'all. And it's captivating. It's funny. That's her. And it's so funny to watch. She, so who was invited with Ashley was Kelsey, of course,
Rosie.
Alicia and Rosie, right? And this particular beach they said out of all the beaches in Rhode Island, I mean, wasn't one of the nicest, but and quickly, and I feel for Ashley because she's trying to fit in with this group of ladies and find her way, and it's hard to do. These women have known each other since they were all infants almost, and so she says when they get together and they get ready to go, and she's like, these ladies are like Malibu Barbies, and I look like a mom that maybe tried a little bit, And I was like, oh, I felt that. Yeah. But Alicia was not real pleased with the beach. She was like, honey, listen, I belong to a beach club. I could have hooked you up. Like, what is this? But she came prepared, honey. She packed those pizza chips, which I thought were so cool. I would like to try them. They didn't look
I'm
really
with
appetizing.
Ashley. Where the hell is like the cheese?
I know, but I'm like, they must taste good. That's a staple at the Pizza Mama, and I guess her grandfather and I don't know, child. But they were at the she packed them for the beach. Her aunt, sure enough, had them at their spread. It's a thing.
They did. It must be. I mean, I'm like literally like an hour and a half away from there. I've never even heard of like a pizza chip. It must be like a Rhode Island thing. Yeah.
It must be. Okay. All right. Well, if I'm ever in Rhode Island, I am just gonna have to try it. I don't know. But so of course, per usual, when the ladies get together on any kind of gathering, they're kind of talking about the things that had happened. They talked about Liz's blow up. And it's at this point that, Alicia's kind of like, well, that's just Liz. She does that. But she also said, that I'm the same way. She's like, but you kind of have to walk on eggshells with Liz. Uh-huh. And
I mean, we saw with our own eyes what happened with poor Kelsey at that party. But again, like, I mean, I chalked it up to like her like being like drunk or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, but obviously Alicia, I mean, she's known her longer. Maybe she has a different opinion, but
yeah. What was also interesting was we find out, because they talk about, of course, Rula, Brian, and then we find out from Alicia that Brian was initially married to her Spanish teacher. Like, this place, can never be more connected. And that it was rumored that he cheated on his first wife with Rula.
So, but you know what they say, you lose them how you catch them. And
amen.
I mean, come on now, Rula.
Listen. So there is that. I thought it was so funny. And she was like, I hope it's not true, but she's like, I really like my Spanish teacher. Y'all, she is so freaking funny.
She is so funny.
She is so, so funny. But one of the big takeaways from that scene is the fact that she talks about how Liz is, a little hot-headed and, kind of have to walk on eggshells or whatever. Rosie's eating it all up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like on my list of like my favorites, like thank God that Rula's there to take the bottom spot, because Rosie is really giving her a run for her money. Let me tell you.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She's only seeming like she's the messy one, this pot stirrer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's like not like cute or like entertaining pot stirrer. It's like, I'm looking for attention. I'm trying to be a breakaway star on this show, and it's like not happening.
It's not. No, it's not. I agree. One of my least favorites for sure. Next to Rula. So, y'all, the next one is our dear Joe Ellen. Y'all, this scene had my mouth open. Like,
I have a lot to say about this, because I feel like I watched it the first time and I was kind of like unaffected by it. Maybe I really wasn't paying attention. And then I'm in this like group chat, like my friends are going off and they're like, this is so weird and blah, blah. And I go, I don't know, like, is it weird? And they're like, rewatch it. So I rewatched it and I was like, holy shit, what the hell is going on?
So weird. Even in the mannerisms, and we're going to get into it. So Joellen, we know she's the working woman. And for her, she's got a work trip. She's going to Chicago. And while she is gone, her sister Jen is going to come and help her husband with the kids, help Gary with the kids, which is something that apparently happens routinely. Now, y'all, remember, her sister Jen is the one that he dated in high school, that she took the sister she took him from. So therefore,
and let me tell you, that man is fine.
He is fine. Now he is fine. He is that. He is fine. Child, listen. I don't know. I mean, she said that her and her sister were not even close, which, I mean, I guess not. You took her man, but anyway, I don't know how serious. Yeah. She seems to downplay it like it wasn't that serious of a relationship in high school.
I don't care how much you try to downplay it, how not serious it was. It's weird. It's an unspoken rule that like you don't date your friend's exes, never mind your sister. Like,
exactly. And I never
But I don't know. Again, he's so fine. I might have said screw my sister too. So I digress.
Well, I mean, what were your thoughts?
And the way he came into Liz's party, like defending her.
Woo, wasn't that hot?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was hot. That was hot. He's at that table just like, hey, what we're not going to do, you calling her job. I'm like, I know that's right.
He made direct eye contact. I was like,
yes,
yo, talk to me like that, please.
I know. I was like, yes, that was so hot. Yeah,
and
honey.
You know what? Speaking of, again, ADD moment, but speaking of like that whole scene, like real quick, Rule's husband, like Brian, like what, like a little bitch. So you are mad that this woman saw your mistress posting you on social media and then was a girl's girl and reached out to your wife or whatever. You're such a bitch. So you call her work to try to get her fired. And then, because you're so big and bad. And then like you're confronted in person and you are dead silent.
Quiet as
like,
a mouse.
What a little bitch of a man. Like, I mean, Rula, if Rula was not turned off by him for like the cheating, I would have been so turned off by like that whole situation.
Absolutely. Yeah. He left her hanging out there by himself, sitting there looking like, I mean, looking like you said, like a little bitch.
Yeah.
And she's looking like, I mean, throw me something here. And then they get in the car and she's just like, dude, you know what I mean?
You were a mute. You were, I mean, like what? Unbelievable.
Completely
anyway, I
unbelievable. Digress. Yeah, no, that's great point. Great point. No, seriously. That was a little background more on Fine Gary. I mean, he's a real one. You know what I'm saying? He stands up for his.
Sure did. So
now you see her sister Jen cooking and taking care of the kids and doing laundry and folding his underwear.
But then for him to make a comment about like smelling them.
Yes.
It's a weird dynamic.
I know it's a weird dynamic, and let me just say, I don't know. I wouldn't trust it. But she said that they didn't used to be close up until 2010 when their father passed away, and now they're like best friends. But let's be clear, the way that she was acting in that home, she was mighty comfortable, honey. Mighty comfortable. And he's like, you know.
And even like in front of her, when like it does like that flashback, and she's like, "Well, if I like am not married with a kid by X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna like need like your sperm." Excuse you?
Yes, she did. Yes.
Weird.
Joel.
I don't know what I was watching like the first time. I was like, I don't know.
I don't either, Joey.
Sister-in-law, like, blah blah whatever. And then I like rewatched it, and I was like, "Oh God."
Oh no, that was to me overstepping. No.
Flirting when she was like cooking. I mean, I don't know, the whole thing. We're like a married couple, like an old married couple. Girl, that is your sister's husband. What is she talking about?
I know. It was really weird. Yeah, I was kind of like, girl, okay. I mean, and
I hope Dawn has some like nanny cam somewhere, because
I hope she does. That gives me it gave me really ick vibes. I was like, no ma'am. Y'all, you gotta slide in the comments. I want to know your thoughts on that, because that was kind of like, a girl. I know that's your sister, but you might want to go get her now.
Do something about her, because
that was a little strange. But at any rate, we go from there over to, again, we get to see Alicia's aunts, y'all, and her mom. Listen, these ladies need their own show. I mean,
they are the Rhode Island old lady gang.
Yes, they are. They are fantastic. Whenever they are on the screen, they take it over. Listen.
Over. I didn't even care about any of like the women that were on like the cast. I would just watch the whole show about her aunts.
I know. It was pretty great. It was so great. Alicia had them come by. She had Rula. She had Ashley. I think that was it. Yeah.
And Liz.
I'm sorry, Liz. Yes. I can't forget Liz. Yes. So they are talking about how interconnected everybody is. Alicia's best friends with Liz's sister, and Rula is a longtime patron of Billy's family's what did they do? God, now.
Restaurants.
restaurants, and then he patronizes her jewelry stores or jewelry. And then Ashley knows Alicia's mom and aunt because they go to the same esthetician. So it's like, here we go again with the internet.
Rhode Island's this big.
Yeah, and it shows. It totally shows. Yeah. So so they start talking about the fact that Liz brings up the fact that Billy needs to put Alicia on the house. Y'all, this makes me sad, the whole thing.
But talk about women supporting women. Those
big
women,
time.
the way that they show up for like Alicia it's great to watch. I'll be honest.
It is great to watch. It is completely great to watch. And I know she has her ditzy moments, but I feel like, girl, you've been with him a long time, and you need to protect yourself. To me, that is crazy.
Yeah, because like what do her lawyers say? Whatever. Like, if this like doesn't end well, like he's gonna leave you with like not like a
nothing, literally penniless.
Her name's not on the businesses. Pizza Mama, we find out, was her idea.
Yes.
She doesn't get a dime of the money from the business. Her name's not on like the house. Like, what? That
is insane to me.
Insane. I also found it interesting that from the first episode, when they said that they had been engaged for 9 years and weren't married yet, I assumed, though, that was his doing. It's starting to sound now like it's a little bit like it's her doing, because she's like a runaway bride or whatever. I find that dynamic interesting too.
But it was because of the prenup that he wanted her to sign,
where she would get nothing.
Where she would literally get nothing. And her backstory is that happened to her mother. Her father left them with nothing,
without even a home.
Right. So therefore, now you understand that she's not comfortable getting married to someone with that kind of prenup. But I mean, at this point, at least if you were a wife, you might. I mean, a prenup is just airtight. You can't. But
God,
like, I mean, which one?
Like, I mean, again, I feel like maybe every state's different, but like there has to be some sort of rules about common law marriage in Rhode Island. I mean, Connecticut, we have them. Like I was telling to you, my sister and my brother-in-law dated / were engaged, whatever. Like the whole period was like 11, 12 years before they got married. But he was on her insurance and everything through work because of this like common law marriage like rule that we have. They've been engaged for 9 years. They have a daughter that's like 9 or 10. Like there has to be some. They live together. They have a home together. They have businesses. Not really together, I guess technically, but I mean, like there has to be something to protect her.
I would hope so. I just could not see how she could continue that, particularly also being, the mom of a girl. You don't show your daughter that, that you have nothing for yourself, and that everything that you have to ask a man for. And no, and when you come from these strong women, I mean, her mom and her aunts, and it's like, girlfriend, no. And you're surrounded by these strong women, like Liz is like, And, but like I said, she gets into that about why. We talked about the dad's abandonment and leaving them with nothing and all of that. And so we understand why she wouldn't marry him. And we'll get further into this conversation comes up again with her friends. But then the ladies focus on Rula and her situation. And, they're like, listen, they understand because, they've been cheated on. I think it was her aunt.
Yeah, the husband was like a wanderer.
Yeah. And and they're just telling her, look, basically she said, she stayed in denial, but it was like you kind of started to see a shift with Rula when the aunt was saying, look, do you want to always be the one looking over your shoulder? And she's like, no, I don't. And that's real. It's like, you can't trust them.
No. Especially when I mean, again, I'm sorry. When you have someone coming to your face and being like, on my kids, I mean, that is, I feel like, let's be honest, the average person is not going to say that in jest. Is not going to say that willy-nilly. I mean.
Never. No, never. You would never do that. So, I mean, it's clear the man is still cheating. And I think Rula knows that deep down. I think she's trying to hold on to this front for the sake of holding on to her marriage and her life. I mean, I think she has her own lifestyle.
She has a financial business. She has her own money.
Right. She has her own money. So, well, yeah. I mean, and maybe the whole background because, you know, of how she got him and maybe she's trying to prove it's different with her. I don't know. But,
yeah, she gonna be a statistic, so.
yeah. And I mean, it was Alicia's mom that said she prays that ruler, you know, gets him back, hurts him back, you know, and they're always kind of laughing, but you know.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Then we go to the scene where Rosie and what is she? Oh God, yes, Ashley meet at the petting zoo, and this is what's so funny to me. She's talking to her about having kids. You know, Rosie's still unsure about having kids. I don't know why they're pushing that on her so much because it wasn't something that her and her husband decided in the beginning. It's, you know, something they're starting to discuss. My thing is, how are you going
Marriage?
right? How are you going to convince somebody that it's a great idea to have children when you're sitting there with two kids, one slapping you in the face, one's, I mean, oh, it's great, have them. I'm like, girl, you know who would be better to have had that conversation with her? Would have been Joellen. Did you see the difference when Joellen and Ashley sat down? And I'm not mom shaming because, honey, it's hard. I mean, it is hard when you have two little ones that close in age and you're trying to. It's just like that. But you saw the difference how Joellen with her kids, she was so calm. She got the baby. She had one here. She was like, yeah, whatever. And poor Ashley is just struggling. I think it's a difference in personality for one.
Yes.
One gets frazzled a little more than the other. But
yes.
I'm thinking, girl, that would have been a conversation better off for Joellen to have with her. You know, the one that can do it all.
Undoubtedly.
Right. But you know, there's not much to that scene, really. I'm not the hugest Rosie fan, but I mean, basically at this point, Rosie's like, you know, it wasn't something that we started talking about in the beginning. Now, you know, whatever. And Ashley says she just always tells friends that, you know, have the kids because, you know, if you don't, you'll regret it or whatever. But and it's not for everybody. So, I mean,
no,
I'm thankful.
It is not for me.
It's not for it's not for a lot of people. And I'd say don't have them unless you really want to, because once they're here, they're here. and they're here, and they don't stop asking for things just because they turn 18. Okay, it's a lifetime commitment. All right. Well, at this point, we are ready for the the trip that Rosie is sponsoring, which is I thought it was really cool. It's like this.
So cool.
It was. I was like, I want to do it.
Yeah, and I've been to Rhode Island like a million times. I've never heard of this. I've never seen this. I will find this.
Yeah, because now it's kind of like we get to see Rhode Island through these ladies' eyes and like all these cool things to do and the beautiful beaches and the beautifulness. I mean, I didn't know to watch this. I mean, that's not somewhere that was ever on my bucket list to go.
Oh, girl, if you ever come up here, I'm telling you right now, in like the nicer weather, Newport, Rhode Island is a mecca of wealth. You have the Newport mansions. You have incredible restaurants, incredible shopping. It is gorgeous.
Well, I've got to put that on my list. And the funny thing is, I am from Newport, North Carolina. And so whenever I got out into the world some and people would be like, oh, where are you from? Where are you from? And I'd be like, Newport. And they'd be like, Rhode Island? I'm like, what? Or they'd be like, Newport News? I'm like, no, Newport, North Carolina. You never heard of it? They're like, no. I mean,
I've never heard of it, but Newport, Rhode Island, man, it is a place to be.
Well, I see now. So now I'm going to have to guys, another Newport on the map, which mine was never on the map. I would get excited whenever I'd see it, like on the weather, like on our local station. Look, there's Newport. If you blink, you'll ride right through it. Finally. So there's that. But at this point, they're doing their trip that Rosie is sponsoring. And I want to tell y'all exactly what it was called. I have it in my notes. It was called
the Rail something.
Yeah, I have it in my notes. I mean, not that that's the most important part, but because I want to do it, so I want y'all to know what it was called. So first of all, everybody goes on the trip except for Joellen because we know that she is on a work trip, and it's called to Rail Explorers. Rail Explorers, and it's like on their way, they're in a car ride, and there's Kelsey, Ashley, and Rosie, and Rula, and we find out here where she tells them that she's talking about having colitis, whatever, and talking about how this is how she lost her job because she had this illness with her stomach. And then we find out, no, the actual reason that they believe, what they find out in confessional, Kelsey said was, no, the fact that she got fired from Channel 10 for having an affair with one of the higher-ups. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Once they get to their destination, they start drinking and cycling. Now, I had to give Rula props, honey.
For what? For shaking that cocktail while on that railroad bike?
Well, yes, honey, that takes talent.
Yeah, but it takes talent. But first of all, any human being knows you don't put anything carbonated in a shaker and then shake it around.
That is true.
As a bartender, I was cringing. However, according to Kelsey's reaction, where she was like, "Oh, it's like gasoline." Kudos on the pour.
Yeah.
But her in the back just shaking cocktails was so funny to me.
It was so funny. She was like passing them out. She was like, "Girls, honey, what we're not going to do is not we're going to drink." So they're cycling. They're all matched up and cycling. I thought it was really the coolest thing. There was a conversation at some point, and I may have missed it, Joey. Correct me when that first off, Liz was asked what she thought of Ashley. And,
yes, Rosie asked her what she thought of Ashley.
Yes, and Liz was like, I don't, when we were at the 4th of July party, she didn't even look at me. And they do a flashback, and she doesn't. She gives her a hug, but she kind of like looks off. But I can understand. Of course, Rosie comes back and tells her what she says, but it's really a sign of shyness and probably intimidation.
100%. 100%.
Oh yeah. So I thought
I'm intimidated by Liz watching through a TV screen.
Yeah, right. I mean, look, and so when Rosie tells her, even though when she said that, she was like, you are scary, and she was like, there's that word again, and then she goes on to tell her, look at how you live, and you're like this big personality, whatever. So, and she was like, not like it's the first time she's heard it, so it's whatever. But then Rosie admits to Ashley that she can't be scared of Liz. She claims Alicia said Liz has always been very scared. Wait, I had in my notes. Rosie claims that Alicia said Liz has always been very scary and will never change. Okay, that's when she's trying to be messy. Oh, okay. No, let me back up. So they talk about that. The group gets back together. And this is when they rehash the fact that Liz and Kelsey, I think, have made up. And then, help me out, Joey.
Well, that's when things go completely off the rails, no
Right.
pun intended, because Rosie decides, because she's like, oh, well, you said that, Ashley, didn't like look at you. And I said, oh, well, you're kind of scary, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And then like out of nowhere, though, Rosie just like completely throws Alicia under the bus.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would say really twisted her words, but I think took what Alicia said like out of context like a little bit.
She did. And
tried to like perpetuate that Alicia was almost like talking shit, which I don't think Alicia was like talking shit like at all.
No, she wasn't.
And tell you right now though, Rosie ain't ever gonna mess with like Alicia again, because we've saw 3 episodes, right, of this kind of like flighty, lackadaisical, like funny, whatever, blah blah. And we saw the fangs come out, which is exactly why though Alicia says me and Liz are cut from the same
cloth. Yes, indeed.
Literally, and it's funny because even like when Liz pulls Alicia away, she was like, "You're doing exactly what I did at the party. Like this is exactly the same reaction." Blah blah. I'm telling you, you're gonna regret it.
Yep, you're right. You're right.
I was here for it because you know what? Someone needs to. Rosie, you a mess, girl. You a mess.
It was good to me because she put Rosie in her place and like, look, you can play that messy game all you want, but you're not gonna do it over here. You're not gonna do it with me.
Yeah.
And I mean, the way she bit at her, I was like, woo.
And bit at her. And you see Dolores the whole time. Dolores was like almost like a proud like mother. Like, look at like our little newbies go.
She called her a thirsty bitch. She's like, you're so thirsty, it's scary. She called her a whore. She was like, welcome to Rhode Island, bitch. She was playing, and she kept calling her a snake eyes.
Yeah. She's a snake. She's rotten. Yes. Yeah. Incredible.
It was so good. So Liz tried to calm her down. Eventually, though, she does talk to Rosie, and Rosie apologizes. And she does accept her apology. They end up hugging it out. And they say, see, this is why we call CC the flip-flopper. Because they were like, are they over there hugging that fast? I mean, because, honey, it went from, I will murder you, to, oh, well, okay.
Dude, venom to hugs in like a matter of minutes.
It sure did, y'all. And that is how it ended. They were still there and they kind of hugged it out. Next episode, I think, what was it?
Gonna be a spicy one.
I know. I can't wait. So
I'm curious to see, because we see that somehow Joellen finds out that Rula's husband's and they're gonna meet up with his mistress. I'm curious to see how she finds that out.
Right.
Because, so she, in order for her to be scrolling social media, right, and even see the pictures in the first place, she must be friends with
his mistress. She has to be.
Right. So maybe she like saw something on social media that she like posted or whatever, but then like they go to like catch him out and he's like not wearing his wedding ring. I mean, I'm here for it.
Yes, y'all. That's the kind of drama I'm talking about. Yes.
Especially like after the way Rula treated Joellen, the fact that Joellen is still trying to help Rula out and be like, he's in live action, let's go get him. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, I would have been like, girl, be cheated
You're on your own. Yep.
Bye.
I would have at that point, particularly after when they sat down at the party and she's still standing on it and her husband act that stupid and you're going to still stand by that, I'd be done with it. So kudos to Joellen for being a girl's girl like that. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Because you know what? That's going to be our breakaway star is Joellen.
1000%. 1000%. So yeah, y'all, you guys slide in our comments and let us know what you thought about episode 4. What were your thoughts on the whole episode? I mean, what are your thoughts on Liz? Do you think she's scary? What were your thoughts when Alicia went off? Were y'all here for it like we were? Yeah, just slide in the comments and give us your favorite takeaways from episode 4. And now, y'all, I have got to weigh in on the summer house drama. I know, Joey, it's not your favorite show.
I don't know. I just can't believe that these people are just going to throw away their whole lives over this like weird, like literal like affair. I don't know.
It is the most, I won't say fascinating because it's heartbreaking to me. I mean, because I've watched it since season 1. I know how all of them are connected, and particularly Amanda and Sierra. It just, watching last night's episode, broke my heart. Now, keep in mind, timelines are still in the air. So, however, I don't care the timeline. We're talking last summer. I come to find out, or we're told that it started somewhere around February, late February, early March. But for it to even get there still had to be a seed. There had to be something. And now I know, just like I am, all of you that watch it, we're watching it like really like this, like, what's going on here? What are the clues that we missed? And there are some. We saw on the episode before last night where Wes is flirting with the girl right with Sierra sitting there, and he's on this little bed-like thing with the girl, like they typically do out there by the pool. And Amanda calls herself confronting West about, how you could do that. Now she's on the bed with the girl and West, all cuddled up. He's playing with her hair. All of it's just so creepy and so inappropriate. And it came off more like, girl, I'm not just having your back. I'm jealous. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, good point. Good point. Good point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know those types, those pick-me types. And she's giving pick-me vibes. I didn't pick up on it before, but even with the other guy, Ben, when she met his new girlfriend and she said, oh, it's everything's going good except for the whole house thinks he's in love with me. I mean, what is that to say to someone's chick?
And I'm sorry, like, not for nothing, because it's not like my favorite show, I'll be honest, but let's look at and not that looks are everything.
No, but Joey, you only saying what we're all thinking.
But let's look at Amanda and let's look at Sierra.
Right?
I mean,
right? I mean, to me,
you know what though? Even more than that, personality. I mean,
all of it,
everything,
of it,
the full package. Sierra, just the full package.
She is flawless. I mean, she's got a beautiful heart. She's a beautiful girl. Her body is sick, y'all. I mean, listen, when she puts on her outfits, I'm just like, ugh. I mean, There's not a girl in the house that can touch her. When she comes down those stairs, when they're getting ready to go, I mean, every episode is like, girl, you killed it again. Yeah. I mean, and I think that part of that is why Wes sabotages it. I just don't think he feels good enough for her, and he's not. But the fact that you would hurt someone that so genuinely cared for you and stood by you, and her, someone that's been your friend, that she even said on an episode, y'all, because her and Kyle this is their season that we see them getting ready to break up. And so it's been a rough season for their marriage. And she's encouraging Amanda to, maybe y'all just need a break. You can come live with me. She offers for Amanda to come and live with her, and saying that you just don't deserve this treatment. You deserve better. I mean, Sierra gets upset and cries for Amanda, saying, why do you let him treat you that way? The whole thing is so sick to watch, y'all. And I know we all had the same reaction on Vanderpump Rules, but for some reason, it hits different, this one. Maybe because it's Sierra, because Ariana used to make me sick.
Yeah, I would say people didn't love Ariana until
she was
cheated on the way that
she treated him. Yeah, exactly. So Sierra is a different kind of girl. You know what I mean? And the fact that she is such a girl's girl, and the fact that Amanda would do that to her. I mean, nobody's shocked that Wes is a trash bag, but Amanda. I mean, seriously. The last episode when Sierra was so hurt by him hooking up with the girl right in front of her, just as she had kind of brought her walls down and they were starting to be friends again and kind of flirting a little bit and having fun together. And then he would do this and the whole house knows. And so it's so embarrassing. And she's in the room and Amanda comes in, and because one of the things she said was, I can't be friends with someone that doesn't see me. He just doesn't see me. And Amanda's like, oh, you deserve to be seen. And they're on Sierra's bed and she's hugging her and embracing her. I see you. And I'm just
so gross.
Is it not? Behavior. It's diabolical.
And for Wes, though, to think that you're Rico Suave, you've been around for 5 minutes. Bro, you gotta pump your brakes.
And honey, he was quoted as saying, listen, I mean, I'm not worried. I'll come out okay. They gave Sandoval traitors. Trick, you are not going to get traded. You've been on Summer House for what, 2 seasons?
Yeah.
Sandoval's been around forever.
So with us for decade, over a decade. Yeah. What do you?
Boy, you tried it. Ain't nobody checking for you. Trust and believe, because it has come out, and I don't know if it's reputable yet. It's come out that Amanda will not be joining season 10. She don't need to.
Yeah, but they're still going to give her that spinoff,
in
which
the city.
Don't understand.
I know. And so last night, Watch What Happens Live had Kristen Cavallari and Jesse Solomon.
Love Kristen Cavallari.
Oh, God. Don't she look good? I mean, she looks like she just just jumped off the season of Old School. Look at the beach.
She looks better now than she did when she was in high school.
Sure does. That girl looks good.
Yeah, she does.
She does. So Andy was not playing. Y'all, he was drilling Jesse, and you could see Jesse was so uncomfortable. I mean, squirming in his chair. There were moments where Andy was annoyed because he kept asking him the same question, hoping to trip him up and get a different answer. And there was one time he asked, so what was the timeline on that? Like, when were you first suspicious? And he'd said late February, early March. And he said, well, what were some of the things that made you suspicious? And one of them were him, Kyle, and Amanda and Wes were supposed to go out to dinner or something. And they ended up not. And then Kyle and Jesse see West and Amanda at a bar together that night. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that didn't tip you off? Kyle, yeah. Yeah, they ducked them, and they caught them out together. Apparently, Jesse had asked them both several times. Him and Sierra knew and were in cahoots, like saying something ain't right here. It just don't feel right. And she was saying, "Hey, let's just wait till the reunion." But then they came out with a joint statement. So it was 2 times. It was the night in New York where they were supposed to be out together, and then it was the time when they were together in Miami. And they were supposed to do brunch. And the 2 of them blew Jesse off and had brunch together. Duh.
I mean, you're not even trying to hide it at that point, which actually really pisses me off even more.
It does. It does. I mean, it's very flippant and very disrespectful and just very mean. I just, and this is a whole married woman. They're not divorced yet. So it's like, Kyle could use this. I mean, not like she was fighting him for loverboy or anything, but if she had he could have used that. I mean, he was no saint by no means. So I'm not a Kyle Cook fan, but the way that she just seems to be so flippant about it is just disgusting. And so Andy asked again, like, okay, so when this happened, what was the date? And he goes, late February. And he kept asking, and he was like, I said late February, Andrew. You see Andy's face, and Andy looks off to the side like he's looking at the crowd, and he looks back. His whole demeanor changed for the rest of the episode. And
only veteran housewives speak to Andrew that way.
I know, Jesse, you're a little new for that. I was like, you called him Andrew? But he said, look, he said, I will tell y'all this. Y'all better get your timeline straight before this reunion. And he was not playing. The whole episode, and rightfully so. And Andy did his own take 5 of the 5 most cringiest moments of that episode. And of course, there was the scene with Amanda on Sierra's bed. West and Sierra talking, where Sierra pulls her heart out to West. It was the last season, or the last scene of the episode that aired last night. And West was apologizing and saying how, he wanted them to be friends again. And, how when she bought the house, her grandparents' house in Belmont, North Carolina, how he knew that story. And he was sad that he couldn't talk to her about it because, I'm the one that know you the most. It just, to me, the whole thing was sickening because then you saw her forgive him again, start to let her walls down again. And apparently next episode, they start right back, heads on again, flirting and semi-hooking up. Because the word was he was still hooking up with Sierra when this was going on with Amanda. So, yeah.
Gross.
It's just the whole thing is gross. Okay, and I got to know, guys. Summer House fans, y'all have got to weigh in. I need to know what your thoughts are because just when you make peace with it a little bit, then you have them at the Yankees game make out, for the
Which
world.
She seems very annoyed by him.
Yeah, but I mean, Wes is a fame whore. So for him, this is great for him. For her, it's career ending. Yeah. She's lost brand deals for this.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope Mr. Rebound's worth it, man. That's all I can say. I mean, not that Kyle was the best pick, but you could do, West, really?
He doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. So that's my rant on Summer House. All right, Joey. So any other Bravo
I don't know. We're in this like weird thing. Like there's like so much on that I can't even like keep track of it, if I'm being honest with you.
I know.
My major takeaway from this week though was we seem to have this like issue with like gay men disrespecting women, and it really is like really turning me off. On like Ladies of London, Emma takes all the girls to Longley, which I mean, I don't really understand like what Longley is. I mean, in like the show, they try to describe it the best they can, but it's like a tourist attraction, but it's like their property that they like live in also too. But there's like a zoo. I don't really know what it is. Anyway, Mark Francis is an absolutely disgusting human. I don't care. First of all, he is 100% holding Emma's purse and trying to latch on for some sort of fame or
social climbing.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for. It should be something like social life society, whatever. The way that he speaks to Margot on camera, mind you, is so gross. Like his disrespect for her in public, the things he says to her. I don't care if it's like, oh, well, like he's British. I don't give a shit. Like it is disgusting. The fact that like, I feel like the women aren't like standing up like enough and being like, you don't speak to women that way. Like is just, it throws me for like a loop. For someone that claims that he has like such class and etiquette and so sure of himself, he's a friggin' disaster. The show's called Ladies of London. It's not Ladies and One Gentleman of like London. Get off my screen.
I agree.
I'm done with him.
I agree. 1000%. Yeah.
But then in like the same token, if we bop over to Southern Hospitality, here's our boy Michaels talking crazy to his friend, mind you.
Yes.
But I mean, it wasn't even like one scene or one episode. It was like multiple. And I'm like, you're like screaming at her. You're talking down to her in front of other people on camera. So aggressive. Like, I'm like, what are we doing here, Bravo? What are we doing? And again, I feel like on Southern Hospitality, people did kind of approach him and they were like, dude, like,
that was a little harsh.
A little off the gas, you know. But in general, like, I feel like people aren't enough, like, kind of being like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, enough is enough. Like,
they let it go a little farther than they should have. Still,
like,
they were still sitting there.
People that way.
I agree 100%. You guys weigh in and let us know what you thought. I mean, I thought the same thing. I don't
even like Lake.
I don't like Lake either, but I mean, like, she's of no threat to anyone. I mean, you know, she's a shell of herself. And then, I mean, he's just ripping her apart in front of everybody. And the girl is like
nothing.
Over literally nothing. And she's like, okay, enough. I'm sorry. And he just keeps piling on and piling on. And it's like, good gracious.
Yeah.
You know, So there's more to that than, because.
Yeah, which I really hope that I hope that they don't try to like blip over that, because we did hear, thank God, after 4 seasons, Southern Hospitality is getting a full like reunion, a full Bravo reunion. I really hope that they don't blip over Michael's behavior, because I think it does need to be addressed on like a bigger stage. I think it does need to be talked about more. I
agree.
It's just really, really gross to me.
It is gross. It's very gross. And you know, and if someone said, oh God, that's so aggressive, which is exactly what it is, then it'd be like, oh, how dare you?
Microaggression. Right. Had the microaggression. Poor Bradley.
Right.
Over here. Yeah.
Right. But that would be, no, sir, that would be well earned. Well earned. Because that is how you're acting. And it's unnecessary. And I mean, it wasn't even just Lake. It was, and I cannot think of her name, the one that no longer works.
Mia?
No, not Mia. It was in the first episode, the blonde, not Molly, the way he did her.
Crazy.
And
mind you, didn't even know what they were talking about, didn't know the situation, just came in like full steam blowing out of his ears, got in her face, was like screaming.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. You know what? I forgot about that. You are right.
Yes. So he has a problem and he needs to be checked. And you would think Leva, in all of her motherly wisdom, would be like, hey,
Yeah, I mean, she did try to stifle him a little bit from like the Molly thing when they were.
She
Remember, he
did.
was like in her office in like tears and he was crying, blah blah. But
Well, that's
like,
because he banned her from coming in there, and he doesn't have the authority to ban anyone from coming in VIP in
that's
her
true.
restaurant.
That's true. But I mean, like the lake thing, just like super out of control.
Completely, yeah.
Super out of control. And then we have our poor innocent love of my life, Maddie, who is like with this, like, dare I say, like loser. So now Maddie's been sober for multiple years, did she
multiple
say?
years, yeah.
And you have this boyfriend that like is lying to you, saying he's at work, he's out at bars drinking. We see him just he's always drinking, and it's like you can drink. Maddie's been fine with it. Maddie works at a
bar,
still, at a bar, and she's fine. You're lying to her about where you are. She could be at a bar drinking. I don't know. That's like a major like red flag to me.
It
Maddie,
is.
this man has like no. He says he has aspirations. He doesn't show us. And
Nope.
I mean, Maddie putting in the work. I mean, she's touring with this DJ career. She's here, there, everywhere. People like love her. And this man just seems like he's gonna, I don't know, ride her coattails, maybe.
Ride her coattail, yeah, and potentially drag her down. Because think about it. She's on tour and he's acting a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hate that for her. And you can tell that, you know, she wanted to work or whatever, but she's a smart girl though. He's about to get kicked to the curb. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll be honest, this sounds this is very, very sad for me. The Valley, I'm a little bored.
I am so bored, Joey. You know what? That wasn't even on my radar, but I've watched it. But let me say this. I'm bored. I'm disappointed in Danny. He's pissing me off.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like Nia is like trying to set up this whole party by herself, and he is just messing around. Like
I know.
not caring like the world. And I was like, dude, stop with the fake voices that are like, help your wife out with this friggin' party.
Right. And everything is not funny. I mean, like, she needs your help. She just got all these kids, and you know, I don't get it. You know, and the whole vasectomy thing was so gross when it's just no. And I think it's his way of trying to be funny, but it's not landing well at all.
It's definitely not, which makes me so sad because they're like my favorites.
They are my favorites. You know, there were a few good moments. The way Nia gave Janet dust, as she should have.
Bro, absolute dust. Let me tell you right now something. Janet thinks, I don't know, like we're at a party, why we can't be cordial, blah, blah. Let me tell you right now, the things that Janet said about Danny are unforgivable, in my opinion. Anything on national television with no merit whatsoever. If I was Nia, and I'm not a violent person, when I saw Janet at that party, I would have thrown hands. And I would have continued to throw hands every time I see Janet until I no longer see her around me.
Amen. It would be hard not to. You keep on. We tried several times. They tried to have same conversations with this crazy woman, and she kept saying it and doubling down on it and finding more opportunities to say it on national television.
Yep. And I mean, the things that she said are just, you can't take those back. They're out there. And they are unforgivable.
Unforgivable. Completely.
Yeah, you would get nothing besides the back of my head every single day for the rest of your life.
Amen.
Yep.
I'm right there with you.
Girl, bye.
Right there with you. Yeah. But yeah, it's starting off really slow. I don't see where Lala is adding a thing at all. Schwartz. I
mean, Lala was, funny at her kid's birthday party, hitting on like the lifeguard.
Yeah, the lifeguard. He's funny. Yeah, I mean that's a very Lala thing to do. But I mean, that's an old trick. She does that. I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. Like, I don't think they should not be on there. It's just
it's definitely like not bad, but it's just like not giving like the past few seasons.
Not giving, and I want them to take Brittany off, but I can't stand her.
I can't stand her either.
I can't. I find her to be a self-absorbed manipulator. And I wish Zach would just let her just drown and go on and be happy with this man and invest in other friendships, because Brittany's not a good friend.
No, and I mean literally, like Zach's trying to be like the best friend he can be, and it's just like it's landing on deaf ears.
Oh, completely. You just have to let people like that go and love them from afar. But
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, are y'all watching The Valley? Let us know in the comments. What are your thoughts? I mean, I'm not moved like I was last season. I'm gonna keep watching, but yeah, starting off a little slow. But
Yeah, it definitely is. And I know that you didn't watch it, but the House of Villains finale, I mean, let me tell you, I don't know if it's because like it went like it's now under Peacock, so it's like not on E anymore, and they keep making these like jokey references about like a bigger budget and whatever, blah blah. It was the best cast we've ever had. It was the best finale we've ever had. It was just Kate Chastain. I don't know if there are like awards out there for like reality competition shows. Like probably not, but she deserves some type of trophy.
yeah,
I mean, it was her at peak Kate Chastain. She was
she's built
made
for
for
that.
this
I was
show,
about to
and
say,
like,
yeah,
I mean, unbelievable, unbelievable.
she was built for that. Yeah. I mean, I'm almost there, so I've just got to catch up. But what I've seen thus far, I have absolutely thoroughly enjoyed. Hands down, my favorite season. Loved it.
Yeah.
Cannot wait. Now you've got me excited to check that out.
Oh my god, it was so good. It was so good.
Yes.
I'm
And I
so
will
sad
add
it's over.
one quick thing, and then we're going to wrap up. Below Deck. Whoever is out there watching Below Deck, are you guys as equally as disgusted with Alicia and Mike as I am, and Zhao? And I mean, it just,
It's so funny because I'm like not a Below Deck fan. My boyfriend's a huge Below Deck fan, but everything online is like not having it, and like I thought people like love Alicia.
we did last season. This season, she is a manipulative. Ooh, if I could get my hands through that screen, I would put a hurting on her. Y'all, she's one of those people that are dangerous. You know what I'm saying? She's not a girl's girl. She's nasty. She was the I can't remember if it was Mike or it was Mike, I believe, that said she's toxic. And that's just one of the most toxic cast members I've seen in a while. I mean,
Wow.
to just, oh God, yeah. Yeah, real bad. And I watched the episode and I was enraged. And so y'all got to weigh in, please. I got to know because I'm not a faithful Below Deck. This one just happened because I love Captain Jason. And it just happened.
Who doesn't?
Well, yeah. But the cast this time, because normally I just really enjoy the guests, the interactions, whatever. But it's really them, the behind the scenes, the all the drama with them. This has been the shining star for this season, which typically that's not it. You'll have elements of that, but you'll really have like these difficult guests or these outlandish
right
things, and it's not that. It's more of the actual crew and their mess. And y'all, yeah, it's a lot. So let me know if you're watching Below Deck because yeah, I got lots more to say about that. But yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up. Joy, I'll give you last words and then we're gonna say good night.
I got nothing. I am just so excited for Sunday. I'm telling you, I haven't felt this way about a show in like a long time, like I have about the Rhode Island Housewives. They are really just bringing it. To be honest, I really like them all for like the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, even like Rula and her, like, I don't know really what you're doing there. Like, you're not bad because like I found you hilarious shaking cocktails on like that bike railroad thing.
I did.
And whatever. And you know, again, like we always say, it's different when you get like real groups of friends. It's like a real group of friends, and you can tell.
Yep.
You can just tell they're not casted to hang out with each other. They are friends, and it makes the world of difference.
A world of difference. I agree. All right, guys. Well, slide in the comments. Let us know what's your thoughts on the shows that we talked about tonight. Let us know if there's something we're not talking about that you want us to. Slide in the comments and let us know that too. God knows there's lots out there. So tons, right? So, all right. Well, as always, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you hadn't. And come back next week. All right. Bye.
Bye.